Maximus, good evening. You're always like first, Maximus. How do you do it? How are you always here first? Robert, what's happening? Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm determined to finish this damn Ballistus dreadnought tonight. It's close, right? I'd like to do something else rather than just this Ballistus, so we'll see, but it's not Ballistus, Brutalis. Why did they name... They did this to me before. They named the new dreadnoughts, they both begin with the letter B, and then when you talk about units that begin with the letter I, you've got infiltrators, you've got inceptors, you've got intercessors, you've got incursors. I'm sure there's other ones that begin with I as well. Inceptors, infiltrators, incursors. Aww. Come on, there's got to be more with I. There's like 4 or 5 with I. So, good evening, everybody. I did check the reveals. I was expecting maybe some Blood Angels reveals today, but nothing. Michael says he got his Blood Angels Commander t-shirt yesterday. That's awesome, Michael. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and buying Blood Angels Commander t-shirt. It's a cool shirt, right? I really like it. So where I was at last time was I was basically ready to start making the claws. So I was going to use the longer of the 2 claws because I like the longer claws wherever they may be. Here they are. So C109 times 4, C110 times 4. So we'll do 109 first. I'm going to snap the sprue in half just to make it easier. Does anyone know when we can pre-order the Blood Angel stuff? So obviously the Imperial Inquisition... Let me turn on one more light in this room. Hold on. Need lots of lights when I'm streaming. I think... obviously the Imperial Agent stuff went up for pre-order this morning. The battle boxes were like... Well, I had a look on Element Games. I think you get them for like £108 with a 20% discount that Element give. So hopefully that means the Blood Angels battle box will not be much more than 130. I think it'll be 2 weeks time. I think we're going to get some sort of announcement this Monday about the Sanguinar, I think. And then I think it'll be up for pre-order probably 2 weeks, so probably around the 24th, which is good, right? Because that's like payday for a lot of people. But no one really knows, Maximus. I guess it's not been 100% confirmed by anyone yet. I don't know if anyone has enough information to 100% confirm it. Good evening, Bad Francis. Good evening, Gillian. Hello, February fellow hobbyists. What's everyone painting? I've been painting Chaos Knight Abomination the last 3 or 4 days, and I'm losing track. Oh, don't worry about it, Gillian. I've spent so... I've really been struggling with my painting as of late. Like, I haven't finished a unit for a little while. I feel bad about that, but, yeah, it's just... I guess, for me, it comes down to I make a lot of videos, and videos take a lot of time, so... It's not bright enough in here. Hold on, let me turn this light up. But yeah, I don't think they've said in as many words. But yeah, I think I'm going to order the big Blood Angels box. I'm excited about getting the big box, even though I already have a lot of Assault Intercessors. One of the guys, you got to keep an eye out for, like, I bought these on eBay this week. £8 I got these for. And I'm super stoked that I got these for £8. Because, like, it's a whole set of, like, you know, the Death Company shoulder pads. So someone, I guess some people are still selling sets of shoulder pads. So, yeah, I was pretty stoked to get these for £8. So I've got like a few more of these Death Company shoulder pads with the X's that you could just paint the X's onto. I'd much rather just paint the X's than try and freehand the X's, I must admit. Yeah, like this one as well. Another another Death Company X there. So, yeah, I was stoked to get this week, only £8. Watch this Blood Angels Commander and chill. It's what I do every Saturday night, Mark. You should know this. I was actually thinking that I could have some alcohol tonight, but I'm still doing the stupid fast. So technically I'm not allowed to have any food after 6:45, so... Because I was thinking to myself, I've got a really nice bottle of coffee liqueur, like a rum coffee liqueur. I was thinking, like, oh, I could really go a rum coffee liqueur tonight, but, you know, I don't want to break this fast, so... Oh. Mao says, haven't even been playing yet, just built my Blood Angels Combat Patrol and a few units from the Spearhead box. Nice, I think that the Combat Patrol is actually going to change. Because I believe Dark Angels got their Combat Patrol updated for this. Like for their range refresh. So I imagine Blood Angels are going to get their Combat Patrol updated as well. Hello Ryan, how you doing? Monkey says, I'm delusionally holding out the hope the jump pack intercessors in the release box are just painted Death Company to fit the theme and a real kit will still get released. Well, do you know what? There's been enough upset in the community that if they've been keeping an eye on the Reddit and they've been keeping an eye on anyone that's been making YouTube videos about it, then I think you were right, Monkey, in that surely Games Workshop know that the general Blood Angels community would like more Death Company decals, shoulder pads, helmets. Like, that's been overlooked. Like, people know that we were going to lose the Power Fists, and honestly not too many people have been upset about the idea that we're going to lose the Power Fists. It's kind of just been like, you couldn't get upset about it because it was so obvious that it was going to happen. So I feel like not too many people have been making a big storm about like, oh, it sucks that we lose all our Power Fists, because people understand that, you know, they got to balance the game and all the Power Fists have to go. Suggestion on how to deal with Grey Knights, says Isaac. You should have a squad of infiltrators. Infiltrators are so worthwhile against Grey Knights. I don't have a great record against Grey Knights, to be honest, though. They're very, very tricksy. One thing that I did actually really like them against Grey Knights was Bladeguard Veterans and a Judici though. Because Grey Knights really want to charge you with multiple things and kill stuff in the Bladeguard and the Judici. Statistically, they'll kill like 3 Terminators if a squad of Terminators charge you, which is not nothing. Mark's making me jealous now with this freshly whiskey decanter. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm going to try and do this fast for 10 weeks. So I'm on week 3. I was at the movies last night. I really wanted to buy some snacks at the movies, so I finally saw Deadpool last night. But no, I held strong and didn't have any snacks at the movie theater. So I think all I need to do now is stick these fingers into the hand. Is that it? I was going to say, I feel like these should fit in here nicely. Or am I missing a bit? Might be missing a bit still. JT, what's everyone working on tonight? Yeah, tell me what you're working on in chat. I'd love to hear it. Be interesting to see what people are working on, especially because everything is going to change, right? I think after our Codex release, and I could be wrong here, I mean, I'm probably wrong, but I think that there's going to be a very high chance that Blood Angels are going to want to have like 4 Impulsors in their lists. Like, I think that might be the new Blood Angels meta, like 4 Impulsors. Mark says there's a 3-year there's a 3-year turnaround for Games Workshop, so don't hold your breath on Death Company parts. Yeah, so if you can get your hands on Death Company parts now, I think you have to buy them. I mean, that's why when somebody linked me all the Death Company shoulder pads on eBay for like $8 with free postage, I was just like, yeah, I'll just take that. Plus, it's low risk, right? Like, I'm always going to find ways to use those Death Company shoulder pads for $8. I'm going to be pissed off if my Brutalis to Librarian ends up being obsolete. Here's the thing, Bad Francis, is everything that is Firstborn feels like it's got a chance of being obsolete. And I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do around that except maybe go play Horus Heresy, which I'm not really interested in. So yeah, Firstborn models, dreadnoughts. I don't know, maybe they'll be in this codex, but here's the thing, even if they're in this codex, I think the chances of anything Firstborn outside maybe some tanks, because it seems like the tanks is the one thing of the Firstborn they're not in a rush to discontinue. I think anything out of like Firstborn tanks will probably be gone. Like, I'm starting to worry about Vanguard veterans, right? Because obviously Vanguard veterans were only strong really because they could be attached to Sanguinary priests with jump packs. Well, they basically confirmed that there'll be no Sanguinary priest with jump packs. So does that mean Vanguard veterans are much less attractive now, to a point almost where like you just won't run Vanguard veterans anymore? Maybe down the line there'll be Primaris Vanguard veterans, but I think for now possibly Vanguard veterans are gonna possibly go the way of Legends, I guess. Derek's painting up his Leviathan Lieutenant. The Phobos armor is growing really fast. I do like Phobos armor, and I do like the helmets of them. So yeah, Phobos is pretty cool. I mean, it looks cool. They're not super strong in game at the moment. I mean, infiltrators are good. In 9th edition, there was actually like legitimate plays around running like 3 units of incursors, but that's kind of gone away. Mark's working on leveling his characters in World of Warcraft. Look at that. He's prepared for the new expansion. I'm going to wait. I am going to play the new WoW expansion, but I'm going to wait till after Space Marine 2 releases, because I don't have time to play more than one video game. So, but I mean, hell, I don't even really have time to play one video game in a week. You know, like some weeks it's like I don't even play any video games hardly. So, I do like video games, but I just don't often get time for them. So yeah, I'm gonna get Space Marine 2 because I'm hyped for that, and maybe like a few months later I'll try the new WoW expansion for like a month or something. I always seem to go back to World of Warcraft for like a month or 2 months every couple of years. Crazy, it's been out 20 years now. So do Vanguard veterans serve another role? Run 5 of them? I mean, you could run 5 of them, yeah. I mean, I guess the question is 5 Vanguard veterans for 25 points? No, yeah, 25 points more than Assault Intercessors? Like, does that feel worth it? Lethal hits and 1 more strength. You give up the mortal wounds and you get a storm shield. I mean, maybe it feels worth it. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really been running Vanguard veterans much in 10th edition, to be completely honest with you. Derek wants to make, like, Reavers have never been good, dude. I painted all my Reavers in Death Company colors, you know that, right? Like, I painted them in Death Company colors years ago now, right? Like when they first came out. I think Reavers first came out like almost 7 years ago. So I painted them in Death Company colors like from day one. I was like, these guys with their skull masks, these are super dope for Death Company, and their rules have absolutely stunk for like 7 years. But I you know, I set my guys up. What if your conversions looks cool and you wanted to show them off? Well, I mean, I've converted a lot of Vanguard veterans, so yes, maybe I'll have them because they look cool. Has anyone done a Brutalis dreadnought? These claws really don't feel like they fit nicely into the hand part. I don't think I've missed anything though, so it's like you put that bit on the hand and then you just put the claws in. It really doesn't feel nice or good or I don't know. Just doesn't feel like they fit in here all that well. Maybe I'm just expecting more? I don't know. Someone in chat has got to have made a Brutalis dreadnought. Did the claws feel weird? I mean, I only started making this one just because I felt like it had sat in the box for too many years. I mean, maybe it's just me being weird. If you guys get 2 seconds tonight, please like the stream. I would appreciate it. It does help me out. It does let YouTube know that my streams don't totally suck. Alright, usually when I get to this point, I dry fit it a few times, figure out that I'm not entirely happy with it, and then I just go, oh, screw it, we'll just use a ton of glue. You don't recall issues with the claws? Yeah, I mean, I guess the dry fit just doesn't feel like... you know, like... okay, I'm going to do what I said. I'm just going to use a ton of glue. That's usually how I roll. The left arm, which is this... The left arm should be 110. It should be these ones. The claws go in specific slots. Yeah, I mean, oh, each one has its... No, because they're all the same number piece on the sprue. So they can't go in specific slots. Do people think they'll combine Chaos Demons and World Eaters into a Khorne faction? No, but you can already ally the two together. Right? Like a World Eater's army is allowed to take like 25% Khorne Demons, right? Like that's a thing you can already do. I'm not sure how it works the other way around, like can Khorne Demons take World Eaters? I'm not entirely sure, but usually how they do allies is they make the ally rules quite restrictive at the start of the edition, and they make them casualer at the end of the edition. I actually don't know what you say to that. It's more casual, more lenient. Yeah, more lenient towards the end of the edition, I think is how they do it. You've got... It's 500 points, yeah. You've got a feeling it might be on the cards. I don't think they'll change it. They had problems before, I think, when the Demon Allies rules were less restrictive. Right? Because people were just like doing stuff like taking a bunch of Nurglings and screwing up the board, and so I think that they might relax Allied rules towards the end of the edition like they did last edition again. Because when they relax the Allied rules, you get like those sort of like... Usually by the end of edition, a lot of people have stopped playing as well, or a lot of people are less interested. So by relaxing the Allied rules, you create some interesting... matchups and stuff, and people are willing to give it a bit more of a... God, these claws do not fit well. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm like the worst at modeling these things. Do I buy Assault Intercessors box and try and find jump packs for them? I mean, it's a lot cheaper that way. The new Blood Angels box that's coming out is going to give you 10 Jump Assault Intercessors, or you could potentially make 10 Jump Assault Intercessors, but yeah, I actually don't know a good site that sells third-party jump packs for Primaris Marines, but I bet you if you googled it, you could find it in a matter of minutes. And yeah, it'd be probably like 20 or 30% cheaper to buy 10 Assault Intercessors than buy some third-party jump packs. It'd probably be a lot cheaper than buying. And the third-party stuff can look great. Hello, good evening, Calgar. How you doing? Daryl was watching the synchronized swimming at the Olympics. Do you know what? Me and my son's only 2 years old. We watched speed climbing, and he friggin' loved the speed climbing. I had no idea that he would even want to watch any of the Olympics. It was just like, you know, when you put the TV on and it's just on a channel, and you just got like an hour to kill and you've got nothing doing, and it was like Olympic speed climbing. And the guys literally run up the wall. They climb like I don't know how high that wall is. It's like 20 meters high. They climb it in like 6 seconds or something. It's ridiculous. And me and my son just watched them climbing up the wall. So that's about all I've seen for the Olympics, is the speed climbing. But my 2-year-old loved it. He's like, Dad, they run up the wall. I was like, yeah, man. They pretty much do just run up the wall. He thought there was like Spider-Man or some shit. US eBay has them. There you go then. Yeah, so like Primaris jump packs on eBay, people will be selling third-party ones and it's got to be cheaper. Especially if you can find a friend that could even print them for you, it could be way cheaper. Jump packs are £5 a pop according to Games Workshop. Yeah, jump packs are a rip-off. I did actually, because they used to, on the Games Workshop website, they used to sell 5 firstborn jump packs. Here in the UK it was £6. I made a video actually asking them if they would sell the Primaris jump packs individually as well. Because I think it just gives people flexibility, and the thing is, if they don't sell them, people go to eBay or people go to third party. So they lose money if they don't sell them, right? Because like, it's like that friggin' quote from Jurassic Park, like, what is it, like, nature finds a way or whatnot. Like, people will find a way. It's literally exactly what I did this week, was like, I logged in the Discord on Tuesday morning with no intention of buying any Warhammer stuff this week. Like, literally no intention. And there was a post there on our members only Discord that was like, all the Blood Angels shoulder pads, all the Death Company shoulder pads for $8.99 in the UK with free postage. And someone actually, I can't remember who it was on Discord, but somebody was on Discord who was in America, and they were like, God damn it, if this had been American, I would have bought it, but because it's UK, I can't buy it. So I clicked on their link and saw what they were looking at, and I was like, oh, like, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6. So there's 20 Death Company shoulder pads and like 2 little wing things. And it was like £8 including postage. I just instantly bought it. There was only one left in stock. I was like, yeah, I'll take that, because I really need something to make those assault intercessors in the new box feel more Blood Angels, right? Like, I'm not going to make 20 more assault intercessors that are supposed to be Death Company and not give them Death Company shoulder pads or something like that. I think that would kind of suck. So, yeah, I did it. I just did it. Why not? Not long until Parker is at the Olympics, maybe. The skateboarding at the Olympics was pretty cool as well. I saw some of that, but honestly, I haven't watched much of the Olympics, I guess. I think they were £12 for 10. I mean, that's pretty cheap as well. But yeah, I mean, if Games Workshop are not going to sell them... Oh, hold on a minute. Ah, I know what I've done with these claws. I was supposed to put these ones on the end of that. That's why they didn't fit well. I didn't realize there was 2 different circular bits. Ah, god damn it. So I've used the housing for the... I've used the housing for the little claws. This bit, I've used C88 and C89, and I should have used C105 and C107. Oh well. I'm sure you probably won't notice that there's not much difference in them. I hope. That'll be why they didn't fit very well. Oh well, that's what happens when I get bored and just put a crap load of glue on it. I guess my claws are going to be a little bit more like actual claw-like. They're not going to stick out as much. God damn it. Oh well, I'm not ripping it apart. There'll be another ballistas coming with the, I'll make the other one with other claws, and then, do you know what, it'll look good. I did think that those claws didn't fit very well. Yeah, typically the new stuff, everything does fit really nicely together. So it's kind of a hint if it doesn't fit nicely together, and you have to just shed loads of glue on it, that you probably did it wrong. Okay. I was going to say, here's me, there was breakdancing at the Olympics, was there? Oh man, it just more crazy and more crazy every year, huh? Alright, there's a couple of purity seals that I could put on this, but I'm wondering if there's anything else Blood Angels I could try and Blood Angels it up. Hello, Highland Phoenix. Sir Lewis. It's really confusing calling jump pack intercessors assault intercessors with jump packs. Yeah, I mean, they should have just called them jump intercessors, shouldn't they? I mean, I think that's what most people call them. I dislike when they name the box something different to what the name of the unit is in the codex. I feel like that's just like their two departments not communicating properly or something. I don't know. Hello, Terrence. The term jumpy boys works pretty well. I mean, I guess it does. What types of stats are we hoping for the Sanguinary Guard? Well, if they're losing models, then maybe they could have an extra wound, and maybe they could have an invuln save. I don't know. I'm trying to think what the Victrix Guard get, right? Because in some ways they might be a little bit like a Victrix Guard. I think the Victrix Guard are 3 wounds. And I think the Victrix Guard might have a better save as well. The Victrix Guard only go with Calgar? Or you can't take them with anyone else, right? They only come with Calgar? I think they didn't want Jumpy Boys to have battle line intercessors all battle line. Yeah, I mean, I think they probably didn't want jump pack units to be battle line. I mean, that's kind of a balance thing, yeah. The Victrix are 4 up with 3 wounds. Yeah, I thought they had 3 wounds. If Sanguinary Guard are I mean, essentially, it sounds like they're going to be flying Blade Guard, right? So you might get something, they might be slightly more damaging than Blade Guard, but maybe, I mean, they won't have a Storm Shield, I doubt, so they won't have the 4-up invulnerable save. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they actually do with the Sanguinor. Like, is the Sanguinor going to be like a proper big bad unit for Blood Angels, or is he just going to be another Primaris? The Sanguinor's been a bit of a weird character, right? Because, like, he's had the heroic intervention rule for a little while. But I think if we go back to, like, 8th edition, he was essentially just like a captain, really. Because he had an aura in 8th edition that gave you +1 attack. So you could stack that, I believe, in 8th edition. So it was like the Sanguinor was the best unit to have near the Sanguinary Guard, I think, in 8th edition. Like, better than Dante, because he gave, like, Sanguinary Guard +1 attack, which was, you know, if you're getting more attacks on the charge and then you've got an aura of +1 attack as well, that was really good. But yeah, I'm kind of confused what they do with the Sanguinor. The rumor is that we're going to get a release. We're going to get a post on the Warhammer community on Monday about the Sanguinor. That's what I'm kind of expecting to happen. So maybe Monday is going to be Sanguinary Guard and the Sanguinar. And that might be the end of the new stuff for Blood Angels. So in total, you know, like, we potentially want a new captain, we want a new Sang Priest, we want that new starter box, and then it depends how big they make the Sanguinar. It really depends. I don't have the highest hopes. I think the Sanguinar is just going to be the same as he is now, +1 attack, +1 damage or something. But I would have really preferred if he'd been actually made into like a more monster profile than just a regular Marine, just like as an option for us, you know, because a lot of other factions have like their monster type. You can get a base extender for like no money at all, right? You just go on eBay and just Google 40k base extenders McFatson, and you'll get like loads of base extenders that'll get them onto the right size base, and it'll cost you basically nothing. I think you get like 15 or 10 base extenders for like $5. You can just slot your characters in and out of the bigger bases. It takes like 2 seconds. Well, I mean, what they need to do, Highland Phoenix, is probably not what we're going to get, so we're just going to have to wait a few days and see what we actually get, aren't we? I mean, kind of is what it is. I rebased a bunch of orcs. Yeah, I mean, I just buy the base extenders because it literally takes like 2 seconds to... So I think I'm going to cut that bit off just so I've got a little bit more flexibility on his pose. I want him to stand a little bit more upright than what this lets me do. Calgor says Blood Angels Blood Angels characters in general have a weird history in terms of like having 2 Tychos, having Meth, having an apothecary character. Yeah, I mean, it's I guess it's hard to say what's actually going to happen, isn't it? Like, really hard to say. I guess we're waiting to see Monday. We'll wait to see the week after Monday. I mean, I did make the video that I felt like at the time. I felt confident that I was almost right with the releases, but probably having time to think over it now, I'm not entirely sure. Buy the company heroes, they're awesome. Garen, who beat me on Thursday night, hello Tom. I mean, I should have beat Garen on Thursday night. I was kicking myself after the game that I didn't get those 3 points in the final turn. But it's fine. Well played to Garen for beating me. I guess it just shows how good an opponent he is, and that's why I was very happy to win the GT, because he beat me again. So I've played him 5 times now. I think he's beaten me 4 times, and the one draw we got was the draw that won me the GT. So at least I won the GT, right? Balls. I think I need a little bit more glue on this, because this is quite a big contact point. Yeah, so so I should have won the game. I'm rusty. I haven't played too many. I only played twice since I won the G. I only played twice, 2 games in like yeah, I've only played 2 games in the last 5 weeks. I had a week off on holiday, then had a week off after the GT. Are we expecting more than one fear of missing out box? No, I don't think we'll be expecting more than one fear of missing out box, but I think we will. I think there will be a lot for us to buy. Like, in the moment we've got 4 new characters and the Codex. I guess you could argue you don't need to buy the Assault Intercessors and the Brutalis dreadnought, and the thing is, if you don't buy the Fear of Missing Out box, you have to wait like a month from the Codex. So I don't really know. Michael says, I'm predicting the Sanguinar will be in a box with a Sanguinary Guard like the Lion was with the Blade Guard. Could be. Sanguinary Guard will be in squads of 3 or 6, but will have invulnerable saves. I mean, I could probably get on board with that. I really hate how they don't have invulnerable saves. It's been my pet peeve for years now that they don't have invulnerable saves. So yeah, giving them invulnerable saves might make me feel happy. The Codex PDF will be up the same day as it's shipped. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can get a PDF. But, yeah, I mean, I don't love the fact that they put the Codex in the Fear of Missing Out box like a month before the general Codex release. I prefer they release them at the same time. But I get it. I mean, I guess it sells people on the big box that not necessarily were going to buy the big box, because, yeah, like, here's a Brutalis dreadnought that I've had for a year, you know? So I'm only just now making him. I'm not even really sure why I'm making him. It's not like I've built a list that feels like it could benefit a lot from a Brutalis dreadnought. I guess I'm making him because we know we're getting the Death Company Brutalis. Daryl's hoping the Sanguinary Guard become high AP. Yeah, it would be really nice if they were AP 3 as well. AP 2 is actually kind of a tough profile for Blood Angels, especially if you play, like, obviously this week I played against the Orcs that can -1 AP and stuff. So EP2 doesn't feel amazing, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put even more glue on this. It's almost stuck. If this doesn't stick this time, I'm gonna get some super glue out. You built a Death Company Brutalis a while back. Yeah, so I painted one of my Redemptors in Death Company. And I do like them. It did take me an awful long time to paint it as Death Company. Yeah, Company Heroes are indeed Primaris. They're not going anywhere. Tom went to the WTC event today and saw a lot of lists in action. Yeah, there was a crap load of Blood Angels lists. Apparently I missed a couple of them. Because I said that there was 23. Apparently there was a few more than 23. Yeah, look at the... I'm going to need some super glue. Hold on. Where is the super glue? We're just gonna go big or go home. Get some Gorilla Glue in there. Yeah, a lot of people think the template for our release is the Dark Angels, but I mean, they might not make it exactly the same. We don't know, we're guessing. Templars won a huge tournament with Crusader Squad Swarm. Crusader Squad's that good at the moment. I thought Sword Brethren were really your strongest unit, but did they nerfed Sword Brethren a little bit, or did they change something with the Sword Brethren, right? So I use blue for my Death Company highlighting. Some people use Eshin Grey, as you say, but I use blue. Daryl. So if you want to see mine, I can get it and put it. It's just over there, just off. But here's the thing: my painting isn't the greatest. So even if I showed you mine, you might still prefer Eshin Grey. So yeah, I think the blue is fine, but I can understand why some people do the Eshin Grey, yeah. What do I think the new rules for the Brutalis will be, War Thunder asks. I think they will be every time the enemy shoots at the Brutalis, it gets to move D6 inches closer. I've heard, I think it was in Valrak's stream, that I heard that I think Valrak said there's going to be a ability called Blood Surge, which said whenever you shoot it, it will move, or blood, I think he said Blood Surge, but maybe it was like Blood Rage or something. He said that I think it's going to be every time you shoot the Death Company dreadnought, it's going to move forward D6 inches. Same as what the World Eaters have at the moment on the Khorne Berserkers, right? $115 Templars. They won WTC singles. What's the Death Company attachment rule? If there is one, I don't know about it yet. I'd be surprised actually if there's a Death Company detachment rule though, right? Like, are they really going to give us a detachment where our basic units are OC 0? I'm not convinced. I do love that Gorilla Glue though, look at that. Just all that other glue in there, and just throw in a bit of Gorilla Glue and you're golden. I'm going to let that set for a while though. There's that. I don't think I built the legs as well as I could, so the angle on the legs was a little bit off. So he's going to sit over there and dry for half an hour at least, maybe. That was a crap load of glue I put in there. Good evening, Sean. How you doing? What was left to... I was on step. Literally all I have to do now to finish this guy is the purity seals. So, but rather than just stick purity seals like that they've got on here, I'm going to see if I've got some Blood Angels heraldry that I can add to Blood Angels them up, rather than just... I mean, purity seals are fine, but if I've got like a Baal Predator box over there, there's probably some bits of a Baal Predator that might work. There's maybe some bits on an upgrade sprue. I don't know. Like, they just put 3 purity seals around as centerpiece. I'm gonna see if they've got anything that can... I mean, the purity seals are there. The Primaris dreadnoughts are tricky to build. I think it was just I think I struggled with the legs on that one for some reason. I can't remember. For whatever reason, I just struggled. Just struggled a bit to make that dreadnought actually. Evening, Mike. How you doing? Evening, Silver. I've been sticking him out. Actually, broke off one of his claws as well. That's what I get for using the wrong claw hands. There we go. We'll try and let him dry. I wish GW would make the new Death Company reach leadership 10. Do they fail leadership for you all that often? I feel like they don't really fail leadership for me. I don't think leadership is necessarily a problem for the Death Company dread. Usually Death Company are led by chaplains, and chaplains have leadership 5, right? So like very rarely do you roll less than 5 on 2 dice for your battle shot test, right? Mikkel just finished painting his first Blood Angels model. Cool. And it's a Mephisto, and this is a good choice. Dante's your next choice, surely. I'm gonna grab the black Death Company dreadnought just to show it, and then I'm gonna grab another box. Hold on. So this is a box that has been very unused for 10th edition. It's just a box of 3 Redemptor dreadnoughts. And that's the black one with the That's with the blue edge highlighting. I forget who asked about using blue edge highlighting, but that's what it looks like with the blue. And bear in mind, I am not a good painter. I'm like a battle ready painter. This guy took me friggin' ages, but no, I mean I kind of like it with the blue. So I mean I made him before we found out we weren't going to get a Death Company Redemptor, right? And then there would be like a regular Redemptor against it. So yeah, this is what I was saying about, like, I think in 9th edition, Redemptors were really, really solid fire support. I even magnetized this, look. So they were really, really solid fire support in 9th edition. Not so much in... I just think they're too expensive in 10th edition. Plus they got a big nerf on their fists. Their fists were so good in 9th. Because I think the fists were D3 plus 3. Which blue is that? It's the Space Wolves blue. Fenrisian grey is what it is. I mean, it's called grey, but it's not grey. Fenrisian grey. I mean, it's blue though, right? So. Humble man, James, you're very kind. I'm slow. When I see the shit that gets posted in the Warhammer community, trust me. I mean, it makes. I guess look at anything that's posted in the Warhammer community and compare it to your own paint jobs, and you'll feel inadequate. I was actually going to paint my Impulsor. That's what I was going to paint, an Impulsor. Death Company black. That's what I was going to do as well. What's up, Dracula? Good evening. Burgosaurus, you think that the Redemptors are way too overcosted? They are very expensive, aren't they? I think they got made so expensive because of Iron Storm, whatever that detachment's called, the Iron Hands detachment. Yeah. I think your best paint job was your bike captain conversion. Thanks, man. That was one of my favourites, actually. I actually made 3 variants of that bike captain, so I could have one that has like an eviscerator on him. Are there separate rules for Death Company Impulsors? No, and I mean, I don't even put Death Company inside the Impulsor. I just painted it black because I thought it looked cool, man. Am I getting the Imperial Agents Codex? You know, I've read a lot of stuff this morning about the Imperial Agents Codex, and I've watched some videos on it as well. Am I getting it? Not 100% sure. But I've got this Inquisitor that I got. This was like a limited edition Inquisitor that came out maybe like a year ago, and maybe longer, and he sat on his sprue for that long, and he's got a power sword, which I think is probably reasonably meta. So, yeah, I mean, I'll make him. I was going to say I could jump onto painting tonight, but I think I'll paint next. I want to come back and finish that Brutalis with some parts. And I've got this Jump Captain as well. I'm actually not sure I'm going to make this whole Jump Captain just now, because I'm trying to think if we're going to... I wonder if we're going to get... Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get any options for the Jump Captain, really. good question, isn't it?
McFatson donated $5 via Super Chat. Thanks for the Bully Boys list on 3 grots. I figured knobs were bad. Gonna try a version of it tonight, dropping GARs for generic bosses plus Storm Boys.
Right on, dude. No worries. You're very welcome for the 1,000 points Bully Boys list. You know what's funny is I got beat by Bully Boys this week. The knobs are great, man. If you keep the knobs inside the trucks, they're so difficult to deal with. I'm not sure if you saw the live stream on Thursday night, McFatson, but basically, like, I just couldn't contest the middle objective because he had like 10 knobs inside a truck and like 6 mega knobs inside a battle wagon that he was just sat basically in the middle of the map with, and it was like I couldn't shoot those things because they're behind cover, so I literally couldn't contest the middle at all. I think knobs are very, very strong in that Bully Boys attachment. Thank you so much for the $5. You're always very generous in super chat, so I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, this Inquisitor's on a small base actually. What size base is this guy on? Like a 25? Does it say in here what size base he's on? Yeah, oh, he's on a 32. Okay, it feels small. Maybe it's just going to be working with that Redemptive Dreadnought. Hey man says, what are your thoughts on the Sanguinary Guard losing their wings? So, Valrak said they're losing their wings. He didn't say they're losing their jump packs. I think a lot of people have interpreted what Valrak said as losing their wings meaning that they're losing their jump packs. I think losing their wings just means aesthetically they do not have wings anymore. How do I feel about that? Well, I'm probably still going to proxy a bunch of my old Sanguinary Guard for a while, right? I'll probably buy some new Sanguinary Guard, but I don't know if I'm going to go... Like, I think it's going to take me years to change my whole army from where it is into Primaris. Like, it's not going to happen overnight for me. I'm a very slow painter. If you don't know my situation, I've got 2 young children that demand so much of my time, and then I've got a day job, and then I do YouTube videos. So I barely paint on... Before I had kids, I painted 12, 15 hours a week. Now I paint 2 if I'm lucky. So it's going to be years for me. Well, I mean, it's going to be years. Yeah, it's going to be years before I get everything made over into Primaris, probably. When my kids don't need so much supervision, maybe I'll get more time to paint. But for so if the Sanguinary Guard are losing their wings, but they still have jump packs, then for the if they move them onto bigger bases, I will. I don't even know if I need to buy base extenders. I thought I had some right off camera. Hold on. Yeah, look, I get shitloads of them. So, for example, this is a 32mm base, right? So let's say Sanguinary Guard at the moment are on 32s. If they need to go onto 40s, you just buy these on eBay. You literally take your old Sanguinary Guard model, you push it in. You're done. Right? There, you can put any model on a 40 in literally 2 seconds flat. You can pop it back out if you wanted to, but normally what I would do is once I popped it in like that, I would glue it in, I'd fill the gap in with green stuff, and then they're on the bigger bases. So if Sanguinary Guard are going to move on to 40mm bases, well, I've got someone said that they're going to come in 3s, so I could put one squad straight away onto 40s. But they do them in all size. Look, these 25s, these will take like old. These will take old Terminators when they used to come on 25s and put them onto 40s. And it's the exact same thing. They pop into these base extenders. You buy these in packs of I think 5 or 10 on eBay. There you go, Winterdyne. Commission modeling. and they cost like $5 a pack. You can basically get any variant on any size you need. Look, there's one that's super glued in. There's an old Death Company model, super glued in. You can tell he's super glued in because it's gone a bit white, so we need to paint over that. And then here's one that has been stuck in. This is a set of Sanguinor wings. I don't really know what I was doing with this. I mean, I guess I've got a jump pack and a set of Sanguinor wings to do some, like make a captain or a conversion or something. But yeah, I mean, that's glued in as well. You can actually look, that's an old 25mm base. Like that's a 25 made into a 32. Because that's one of those bases where they used to slot them in and glue the metal in. So I filled it in, so the gap between the base extender and the base is smaller, and then I've painted over it like a neutral color. So yeah, there's a good chance, like, let's say you can run like 30, let's say Sanguinary Guard are in squads of 6 and the new meta is going to be run 18 of them. I'm going to go onto eBay and I'm going to buy 15 more base extenders, and for the time being I will run 18 Sanguinary Guard on the right size bases, but they'll be firstborn models. Because it'll take me a year to do 18 Sanguinary Guard probably. The wings were what sold me on Blood Angels when I was a kid. Do you know what? There'll be third parties that sell wings, man. You don't doubt it. If you want wings on your Sanguinary Guard, you will be able to get wings on the Sanguinary Guard. Hello, Jim. Jason said it's only a small base next to the Dreadnought. Yeah, probably, Jason. Thanks so much, Jason, for 27 months of membership. That's super awesome of you. Thank you. I've actually had a very exciting month on YouTube because it's like the most subscribers I've had in ages, I guess, because of all these Blood Angels releases. A lot of new people are interested in the Blood Angels. So where I normally get like 10 subscribers on average a day, I've had a few days of like 50 new subscribers. I was like, holy, don't often get that. So it's been really nice, and it's been very exciting actually, because I made that goal of trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, and I don't know, like, the numbers get a bit weird. Like 20,000 people subscribe to the YouTube channel. I can't even honestly comprehend that we already have, that the channel already has like 15,000, right? So it's like I made this goal of like 20,000 thinking like, I don't know if it'll make 20,000. It's just a goal because it's good to have goals that motivate you and stuff like that. And I find I work better if I've got like a clear goal. So yeah, getting like I think I must have had like 250 subscribers since they released that FOMO video, and the numbers just get a bit weird. Like I can't, human, like big numbers to a human, it's hard to comprehend those sort of numbers, right? Like if I said to you like, how much space does 1,000 people take, you don't have a clue, right? You know, that's the weird thing about it. Arxum's already kit bashed on Primaris Sanguinary Guard. There you go. So if you've already kit bashed them, the thing is, we don't really know if they come in 3s. They might be on the same size bases as Blade Guard, so they might be 40s. They might be on 40mm bases, which I don't think would be the worst thing in the world. But I think Blood Angels might actually, like, there might be. I think I've got like 7 or 8 Blade Guard. There might be an argument to have more Blade Guard in the next round of the meta. I think one of the things that's going to be big for Blood Angels is Impulsors. I honestly think there's going to be a lot of Blood Angels lists that run like 4 Impulsors that do really well. So I only have 1 Impulsor, so I might have to get a couple more. Mullen, there was one list with Mephiston at the WTC. Yeah, I saw that. I thought that guy was being very brave. I hope he does well, but I also think that it would be very difficult to do well with Mephiston, because I really feel Mephiston's rules are bad for competitive play. I mean, they're swingy, I guess, so maybe you could swing high, but I really don't like them for competitive play. A Grain of Truth says, I printed some massive wings for my Blade Guard Captain, just cause. They look awesome, they really fit the vibe. The Games Workshop kits are a bit boring for the lack of conversion options. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that has been prevalent with the Blood Angels model releases is, yes, people really like the conversion opportunities and stuff like that. And I would say I totally understand that, because I think that's the part of the hobby that I have the most fun, like, out of playing, right? Because I obviously play a lot and I go to tournaments and stuff. I'm not a great painter, I've said that a few times, but what I do like doing is I think I'm great at doing conversions, right? Like if I need to do something, if I need to make something work, I will always like hack around and I'll manage to make it work. So I think I'm good at conversions. So having a loss of the parts that let you do conversions, it's just going to push people to third party. It'll just push people to third party. So if this is what I'm building, it's the limited edition Inquisitor. He must have come out like a year ago. I'm waiting for my Ballistus Dreadnought to dry, so I guess with Codex Imperial Agents going up for pre-order today, if you've not pre-ordered it yet and you're going to pre-order in the UK, please consider using the Element Games affiliate link in the video description. So I'm making the Inquisitor. I have no idea if I'm going to be using the Inquisitor, but it doesn't hurt to have a model made. It means that if you need to get it on the tabletop, you can get it on the tabletop a lot quicker. Just a quick spray and a quick couple of colors, right? Doesn't feel like this guy wants to sit super flush together though. It's a bit weird. Oh, maybe. How do you rate the Primaris Jump Captain? So I don't use him at the moment. I bought one. That's the other model I was thinking about making tonight. But I don't use him. A lot of people do use him, but I've been using Dante. I quite like Dante. I mean, the Primaris Jump Captain would probably be better if you're running like Vanguard veterans. Are you going to put a skull in the front of the Brutalis? I might, Zach. I was going to have a rake around in my bits box to see what I've got. Because I feel like I've definitely got some Blood Angels pieces that might help make it a bit more. It's the store 2022 anniversary model, says Robert. Okay, thanks. I didn't remember it was a store anniversary. I know the Captain that I run with my company Heroes was a store anniversary model. Someone must have bought this for me then. Oh, maybe you got Tony or Mark to buy it and send it to me. Because there isn't a Warhammer store within, like... The nearest one for me is like 90 minutes drive. It's honestly quite annoying. Any thoughts on the new allied detachments? The new assassins could be cool. I like the Vindicator assassin that they showed. I mean, the allied detachments, from my understanding, are very, very, very limited. You know, like if you want to take Grey Knight Terminators, you can take one squad of 5 guys. If you want to take Sisters of Battle, you can take one squad. So, I mean, it is cool to let you have some allies, but I don't think it's going to be too powerful or too impactful. Also, apparently Deathwatch don't get the Adeptus Astartes rules anymore, so they have like their own Deathwatch like doctrines. So all I know is, like, I watched a couple of videos about people talking about it, because obviously the pre-orders went live today, which meant there were some YouTube channels had like pre-release stuff up today. So I watched Winter's video on it. But because it's Saturday, I've been doing a lot of stuff with the kids, honestly. So I don't entirely know all the ins and outs of the new stuff. Am I going to buy the book? I'm not entirely sure yet. I need to watch a couple more videos and see if there's any units or squads that I think will be really, really powerful and that I definitely want to field. I feel like right now there's none that I'm aware of that's going to be crazy impactful that I really feel like I have to have. But usually when new books come out, it takes people a little bit of time to figure out like what is going to be what will change the meta and what is super strong. The Evisor is nuts. Is he? Tell me why. I haven't actually seen his profile. How many points is the Evisor? Are the assassins still like 100 points, or do we know the points cost yet? Someone was asking, actually, it was like, John, do you get preview copies? And I was like, no, I don't get preview copies of any of the stuff. So, unfortunately, I don't know any of the rules or stuff before any of you guys. Have you settled on getting the new Death Company box? I feel like I kind of have to get it, War Thunder, based on what I was just saying, right? Because I don't get the preview copies. If I don't buy the new Death Company box, then I'd have to wait like a month to get the codex. I don't really know how I would make content for my channel without having the codex for a month when you guys all already have it, right? So I kind of don't have a choice on getting the new box. If I don't get the new box, it'll just... I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily think there's a lot of value in a limited edition codex. I bought the limited edition codex for the first time last edition, but I honestly don't think there's much value in it because in 18 months time that limited edition codex, all the rules and everything go away, right? So as limited as it was, no one's going to want it after 18 months because it's irrelevant. But yeah, so I'll get the FOMO box set. I need Astaroth. Well, that's the thing, I actually don't need Astaroth and Lamartis because I already have them. But I mean, I am eventually going to make a Primaris Astaroth and a Primaris Lamartis, I guess. It will be nice to have them. I saw the new codex squatted the Space Monkeys. What the hell are the Space Monkeys? I've used an Eviscerator a couple of times. Red Rum, good evening. Sorry I didn't say hello. I played Miles as Grey Knights and he was using an Eviscerator, and the Eviscerator's actually, it was okay before, because I think the main thing the Eviscerator had going for it was it had a bunch of anti-infantry stuff. And yeah, like, Blood Angels are an army that typically want to field a shit ton of infantry. So an assassin with a bunch of anti-infantry, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Oh, right, the Joker roll. And the Demon Host, yeah. I mean, some of those, older Inquisition models were always likely to get squatted, I guess, just because they were so old. And anything that was in Finecast, I guess there's a chance it was going to get squatted. I'm building an Agent of the Imperium. It is the Inquisitor Ermis Cartavolis, but I think he is actually probably just a generic Inquisitor now. Like, did this character actually get rules in the new book, or would he just be a generic Inquisitor with a power sword? I think I expect he's a generic Inquisitor with a power sword. He does have rules in this little booklet here. Inquisitor Ermis Cartavolis. He had a special sword that each time an attack is made against demons, saving throws of any kind cannot be taken. But those are like 9th edition rules, because obviously now that would just be dev wounds and stuff. The new codex is a shambles, says Highland Phoenix. Well, let's bloody hope that the new Blood Angels codex isn't a shambles, because I really thought the 9th edition codex was like one of the worst codexes that we ever got, because we got it right at the start of the edition and it was very, very quickly power creeped away to hell. And then the only thing that was keeping us competitive after that was like silly things like the Armor of Contempt buff and stuff like that. So, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the 9th edition codex for Blood Angels, so let's hope that this 10th one's going to be a lot better. They can't believe they got rid of Eisenhorn. I mean, there must be a reason, right? Eisenhorn had a plastic model though, right? It's not like he was fine cast. Is he actually for sale still on the Games Workshop site, or did they just take him off? Does anyone know why Eisenhorn got squatted? I love how we're calling it squatted. It's just like, that's actually a race now, but now we're just calling them derivative. This might be a random question, but where do we get the background music from? It's not that random. Just go on YouTube and search White Bat Audio. So like the color white space bat, like the animal, the bat, B-A-T, space audio. He's got a channel. He has tons of synth. These are called synth weave usually. They're kind of like the music you would expect in like a bad 80s movie. Maybe not bad, because 80s movies were all great. But yeah, like sort of the music, or like this track at the moment is maybe a bit like the Cyberpunk video game. So it's just like ambient. It's great for working, I find, this sort of music. I listen to it a lot when I'm at my day job, just to like drown out background noise and people chatting in the office and crap like that. So I listen, so White Bat Audio, you should subscribe to him as well. Does a lot of good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what all my music is. Eisenhorn was the last Finecast. I'm sure he had a... I'm sure Eisenhorn had a plastic one. I'm sure I had it. I think I gave it away. Eisenhorn model. Hold on. Yeah, no, there was definitely a plastic one. I had him. I gave it... wants me to sign in. I don't want to sign in. I just want to look at Eisenhorn. Like this model. This isn't Finecast. Is it? Where does it tell you if it's... I mean, there's no picture of the sprue. But surely this isn't Finecast. I guess I never opened the box. I gave it away to somebody. That's Finecast, is it? Huh. I assumed because it was in a box like that, it was plastic. I guess it's Finecast. Looks too good to be Finecast? Yeah, I really thought it was plastic, man. But yeah, I gave it away. I think what had happened was one of the guys at work had said that they were going to be starting to play 40k. I actually don't know if they ever started. But I think that's what happened. I think somebody at work said that they were going to be starting, or a friend told me that they really had read the Eisenhorn book and they really wanted it. So I gave it away for free. I think I got it for free though. Because I can't remember how... Yeah, I think I maybe got it for free. Zach says, do we have any idea when the pre-order date must be for the FOMO box? I'm thinking it's going to be 2 Saturdays from now. But, I mean, I guess it's a bit of an estimated or educated guess. Or, what was it Deadpool said? It's an educated wish? Is that right? I did finally see Deadpool last night. I know everyone saw it like a month ago. I saw it last night. I expect the Skaven book announcement today will come before us. Yeah, so maybe like the Skaven book will be on pre-order next Saturday and will be the Saturday after that. after seeing the Eisenhorn model, it's surprising he didn't want more. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a very cool model. I'm kind of surprised that they decided to get just like you guys said, squat him. This guy's got a pretty cool pose actually, with the sword like on fire inside the book. I like it. Quite delicate. We're very spoiled making Space Marines with all their big chunky armor and stuff. When you make like a regular human, like an Inquisitor, and you realize how delicate all these little pieces are, you're like, oh, I'm spoiled by making Space Marines. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. Am I making an agent army then? No. I'm not going to make an agent army. I'm just making this agent because he's been in the box for ages, and I was in a bit of a modelling mood tonight. I was going to make my captain with a jump pack. I'm a little bit apprehensive to make him because I guess there's a lot of rumours around like what's actually going to be in the Blood Angels box or codex, but until we actually see it, then maybe it's just wishful thinking. I'm like, I don't necessarily want to make this captain because maybe there's wishful thinking that he could get some better rules or something, or at least a better, like, I don't want to make this captain, right? And then for some reason he'd be allowed to have an infernal pistol. Like, I guess that's what I'd be worried about. And there is infernal pistol upgrade kits in the new Blood Angels box, so maybe I'm not going to make that captain tonight, even though I was originally planning, like, I was like, I've had that captain for ages, I should make him. I don't know, I mean, in the email they sent a photo of a Death Company captain, right? And no one really knows what you're going to be able to do with the Death Company captain. You haven't felt pain until you've had to build 100 Krieg. Yeah, that sounds like pain. Do you know what? I had to fight against 300 Krieg once, and that was actual, like, real life pain. Like, what a friggin' nightmare. Magnetizing, man? I'm kind of done with magnetizing models, Brian. I mean, like, here's the thing. I magnetized, like, 20 Vanguard veterans. Guess what? Vanguard veterans are all literally going to go into the trash can because, there's not going to be Vanguard veterans anymore pretty soon. I magnetized, what, like 20 Sangre Guard? Guess what? You're not going to be able to use any of them because they're going to be replaced. Magnetized 20 Death Company Marines because we wanted to put Thunderhammers and Power Fist. Guess what? We're not going to be able to use any of them. So it's like, I think I'm just done with magnetizing stuff. Games Workshop are changing stuff too often. So, I feel like when I play against my friends and stuff now, no one cares about WYSIWYG anymore. Like, everybody I play against has models that are different, that are using weapons that are different from what's on the models. Because it seems like nothing is lasting for any period of time. So, yeah, I mean, I could magnetize them, but I think I'll just pick a good weapon option, I'll make them, and then if I go to an event with them and they've got the wrong weapon option, I'll just be upfront with my opponent what's wrong before the game. I mean, people are doing that now, you know. People will just say to you before the game, like, hey, that one squad of Melta guys over there, they've all got weapon X, if there was various choices or something. Oh man, I'm hungry tonight. Ugh. We got new Sternguard. Yeah, and I think the new Sternguard are kind of... For me anyway, the new Sternguard kind of just show one of those things that was kind of wrong with the new releases, in that, like... For example, with the new Sternguard, none of them are allowed a melee weapon. And it's like, I get that, like, Primaris Marines are supposed to be like a squad is good at one thing, or a squad has an individual purpose. I understand that, but I also think it kind of sucks when it's like, what, you can't even put like a a chainsword, like one chainsword into a unit of Sternguard anymore. Like, that doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me. Because, like, if you think of, like... Yeah, I suppose it's a bit like infiltrators and incursors. What, you can't even put, like, a single special weapon in there as well. I don't like it. Painting 120 orc boys is a pain. I would contrast the shit out of them if I had to do 120 orcs, man. I mean, orcs are so gnarly that I think just like a dark green contrast over the whole model and then just pick out some armor pieces in red or something, I would be done. I would be like, that's my orcs. Wait till you have the new upgrades before building the captain, says Robert. Yeah, I do think that I might wait. I think it's the right call to wait and see what upgrades we get before I build that captain. It might be minor, it might be, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Where the hell does this hand go? Oh, it goes on top. Okay. And then that bit goes round, so you put the hand on first. Yeah. New Vanguard next edition might be cool. Yeah, I imagine we'll probably be getting Vanguard veterans, or... I imagine what we need is, like, a good jump unit that's part of Codex Space Marines, but at that point, I think that'll be next edition. And here's the thing that kind of, like, blows my mind is, like, Primaris Marines at the start of next edition, I believe, will be, like... Is it going to be 9 years? So it took them 9 years to make Primaris Vanguard veterans? It seems like an awful long time. Surely I'm wrong. Surely it's not 9 years. I was going to say, Leviathan came out a year ago. 3 years before that we had Indomitus, so it would have been 4 years ago. And 3 years before that we had Dark Imperium. Yeah, so it would have been 9 years, man. Seems like an awful long time to get, like... So if we do not get, like, a jump... unit in Codex Space Marines that is strong. I mean, I guess you could argue that assault intercessors with chainswords are somewhat strong. But if we don't, but like they're strong at killing infantry, they don't kill anything else. Like they can't take on elites and stuff like that, right? Multi-part Sternguard boxes come with melee weapons for the Sergeant. Do they, Robert? Because their datasheet didn't. The datasheet didn't have any options for melee weapons for the Sergeant. Or did they add that and I have never checked the datasheet again? Is that a thing? This backpack doesn't fit on all that well. Well, maybe it does. Will Vanguard veterans be Phobos veterans? I mean, maybe. The Phobos always felt like half a release, if that makes sense, right? Like, they had the good... Like, the Phobos had, like, some good troop choices. But they never really got, like, any fire support choices or any actual killy choices. Yeah, I did it when the Codex was dropped. Okay, well, I must have completely missed that, Serenade. Thanks for pointing that out. I guess I only have the Sternguard veterans that came in the Indomitus box, or sorry, the Leviathan box, and I felt very underwhelmed by then. We don't even have new Assault Terminators. That's true as well, hey man, yeah. There was rumours that the Blood Angels were going to get assault terminators. There was a definite rumor around that as well. So we don't know. There could be one more release for Blood Angels. I think they've definitely hinted on there's going to be another release that includes gold, and that could be the end of it. Crazy that Reavers were the first Phobos released and they've been terrible this whole time. It is pretty crazy how bad Reavers have been this whole time. And I don't know how we fix that, right? Because, like, I could make a video that says Reavers stink, why have they had crap rules for like 7 years? But I'm not entirely sure that helps. And I honestly don't really like making negative videos. Because people just say like, oh, that's clickbait. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe it is clickbait, but Reavers have stunk for 7 years, and the people like me that bought Reavers when they first came out would actually like to use them someday. You know, like, painted them 7 years ago and still waiting to use them. This Inquisitor was actually pretty cool. He might be one of the coolest Inquisitors. I think the only other Inquisitor I've got is Kotias. I think he's metal. So this guy would be quite a good proxy for any Inquisitor that's got a sword, right? Honestly, there's kind of too many Primaris infantry units. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not even sure that they all have that unique purposes, like Games Workshop, like the design philosophy that they were trying to match. Hard to say, I guess. I mean, there is so many choices, and then it seems like I only run infiltrators. And then what about these guys? What about the Desolation Marines? What a waste of my time and effort making those, I tell you. No one uses Desolation Marines. I even bought more of them on eBay because for a while there you could only get them in this box, right? So like, you could only get the Brutalis dreadnought in this box, you could only get the Desolation Marines in this box. I think this Primaris Lieutenant you might have only been able to get in this box. It's kind of a running joke how many different Primaris Lieutenants there are though, right? And then yeah, I mean, heavy intercessors, they were only available in the Kill Team box for a while. I think it was, I can't remember what Kill Team box it was. But they came in the Kill Team box, then they came in this box, and I'm going to search to see if I've got anything that will, any Blood Angels heraldry. Pariah Nexus, yeah, that's what I thought it was. More people use Desolation Marines than Suppressors, do they? I don't think anyone was using Desolation Marines these days. I still have super heavy tank tracks. What the hell is this? Alright, yeah. Space Marine jump packs. Look, when you could buy Space Marine jump packs and they came in a giant plastic bag. How cool was that? Let's see. Infiltrators. Yeah, look. I got a... I don't even know why I've got this. Look at that. Space Wolf. It's a sticker from 1993. just lying here randomly in a box. There's some Necromunda bases in here. Heavy Intercessors. Yeah, there's nothing Blood Angels in here, unfortunately. I think the Ball Predator box is going to be the box to look inside. Tom, thanks for hanging out. It's nice to see you. The Scout Kill Team rocks. I never bought the Scout Kill Team. I'm still using the... Scouts from last edition. Ball Predator. Where's that? Is it behind? I tidied everything away around here, didn't I? Where the hell could the Ball Predator be? Yeah, it was nice when GW let you buy bits from them, honestly. You could just do more customizations, I guess. I'm a big person for customization. That's why I've got boxes and boxes of this with like lots of little bits. You know, like there's a couple of sets of Sanguinary Guard wings just kicking around in there. So I got 2 spare sets of Sanguinary Guard wings. Maybe if the Sanguinary Guard get like a leader for the squad. A bunch of Terminator Thunderhammer arms in here. Yeah, maybe if the Sanguinary Guard get like a leader for the squad, then I'll give the leader a set of wings or something. You know, like you could put a storm, you could just hack on a storm shield with a skull attached to the sky. Oh. It almost actually fits on there quite nicely. You know, like you could almost have it just like wrap around that multi-melt a little bit. I mean, a dead skeleton thing would not... It wouldn't not suit the Death Company, right? Might want to just file the underside, but I mean, I can file the underside. I might actually put that shield on there. The skeleton should come off. I mean, the skeleton could come off. But would the whole shield not just look cool? Just file the back of the shield so it's flush. I'm getting a second Brutalis, right? If I'm buying. Another thing I could do is I could cut this. Get these wings, put them either side. It would just look like there's a bit more armor on there, maybe? Interesting. That's the carapace of a Death Company dreadnought. I mean, you could file down all that in the middle as well and put on the little sarcophagus. Might not look horrible either. Yeah, so like you said, I like having all these old bits and bobs. Gives me options. It's like Death Company chainsaw for some reason. There's some really old Death Company Marines kicking around in here with like random bits. Painted super badly. Oh, here's an apothecary. Painted super badly. There's a spear from a Libby Dread. Do you have an old Stormraven box? Those sometimes have Death Company and had a Death Company insignia in the Stormraven box? I don't remember that, honestly. I did have a Stormraven, but it would have been like its parts will have been thrown into a box like this, right? I've got 3 boxes or 4 boxes like this with lots of like parts and bits kicking around. And apparently ancient tokens. I think that's an orc token from 2nd edition. Alright, well, there's 2 options there. That's not the worst start for the box number 1. Miguel is excited for Eviscerators and Death Company. Yeah, I just think you're going to be quite limited. I think it's going to be like 1 per 5 guys, which I don't know if that'll be impactful enough, right? Evening, Carl. How you doing? Evening, Alex. Nice to see you. If you've got family obligations, don't, by all means, do your family stuff, man. I know what that's like. Alright, what we got in this box? Anything exciting? We've got paper clips, I guess, from when I used to pin models. We've got Deathwatch shoulder pads. I was going to say, you want to put a Deathwatch insignia on the dreadnought? Like it was a Redemptor dreadnought that was fighting for the Deathwatch and has fallen to the Black Rage. Oh, I got another Death Company or 2 shoulder pad in there, that's cool. They're going to be so handy with... There's a bit of sprue with nothing on it, so let's get rid of that. Why have we kept that? I have no idea. Don't even know what that is. Hello, Mars! It seems like the Death Company have been neutered. Oh, that's bits of, that's black tip birds in there. Okay. That's Vanguard Veterans. So, is there any Blood Angels pieces in here? Random Chain Fist. Oh, I've got some custom Blood Angel shields here. Oh, there could be an argument to file down the middle and do something. I mean, that one's pretty cool with the 9 and the blood drop. If I filed the back of it and I filed that down and stuck that in the middle, that might make it quite interesting. I'll leave that piece out as well. I feel like I'm gonna do something to this Brutalis. Like I'm gonna convert something. I'm gonna hack something against this guy to make him more. I think that's a Terminator shoulder pad. Sorry, Terminator Thunderhammer. You know, it's like a Rhino armor plate. God knows where I got some of these pieces from. A lot of people are buying the old boxes just for bits. Yeah, Miguel. I think it's a good idea. Hey, Ral. How you doing? Got some Terminator arms here. Well, I've got spare Terminator arms, but okay. Oh, I've got one of these. This is off the top of like a standard. It might be too small actually. Put up here. What does it look like with the? Yeah, do you know what? These bolters actually on top. I mean, people will buy the old stuff 100% because people will want. The thing is, I don't think that they wouldn't sell the old stuff now, right? Like, everybody wants Death Company shoulder pads. Everybody wants, like, even simple things. You know, like there's a backpack. Remember when backpacks used to have, like... I don't think that's a Death Company backpack. I think that's from... That's probably from the Blood Angels Tactical Squad backpack, right? Where there's, like, 3 blood drops. We just never see that. Those blood drops are actually indented as well, like normally the blood drops in a backpack would protrude. These ones are indented, like they're flush. Hard to see on the camera, but they are flush. So I think like people like the old customization. People don't like losing it. You know, like, how hard would it have been to put, like, an X on the backpack like that? You know, like, where people would have painted a red X on the backpack. I don't know, I don't think it would have been much. Alright, my options are limited. I've got one more box to look in, I think. Is there anything in here? Oh look, I've got another skull. You could definitely do something with one of these skeleton things. Like if I put a skeleton on both sides, it might be too much. It might also be pretty cool. The Ball Predator bot. Yeah, I know the Ball Predator had an insignia on it because I used it. And I think the Storm Raven used to come with Blood Angels insignia as well. I used one of them on my Bike Captain. Unfortunately, the Bike Captain, I guess, no longer exists, or no, I mean he exists, you just can't really use him. Slap a hunter killer missile on him just for shits and giggles. With the old hunter killer. I think I'm going to try and do something with that death. I think the thing I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and butcher that Death Company, the Firstborn Death Company chest piece. That's what I'm going to try and do. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I can't even say it. It's getting late. Sarcophagus. So I think if I take these two pieces from the middle, try and take... I'm just going to try and snip this right down here. Yeah, and then take it here as well. Right, and then get the nail file. Nail files are very handy for Warhammer, apparently. I worked so hard on my bike captains as well, sellers. Did you ever have a Sangri priest on a bike though? Because that was fun times. That was good times. So I think like you could just stick that almost right over the top. The bend here is a problem, but I think if maybe if I cut it here, then it would go flush. Would it go flush, maybe? We get some wings on both sides. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut it here. And try and file that nice and I do have some metal files as well I could use if I need to, but nail files usually work fine. Yeah, so with like a bit of filing, you could definitely get the wings on both sides. It just looked like there's a tiny little bit more armor on them. Kind of like my Patreon membership with YouTube. Yeah, you, of course you can. Oh, maybe you can't link your Patreon membership with YouTube, actually. You can link your Patreon membership with Discord. Maybe you can't link it with YouTube. Patreon's like $1.50 cheaper a month, I guess, because Patreon only take like a few percentage of the money, whereas like YouTube take like 30%. So I guess the cost of being a YouTube member is 30% more expensive than Patreon, because YouTube take a lot more of the money. So that's why there's a difference between Patreon and YouTube. I think if I can get this Death Company piece looking right, I think that would be a good feat. I think that would be a good way to honor the firstborn Death Company in the Brutalis. Just this bit I'm not happy with. So how long have I been live? Almost 2 hours. Alright. I'm gonna stop modeling here in a few minutes. And I'm going to try Speed Freaks. Has any of you guys played Speed Freaks yet, by the way? It's got a lot of positive reviews. I think that's close enough, honestly. Maybe just file this bit down the tiniest bit more so it sits flush. Might actually be able to do it with the clippers. What? Just want a better, like a newer file. This one. Are those technically the Furiosa wings? Yeah, they're probably the Furiosa wings. You're probably right. I thought it was the Death Company wings, Foz, but I think you're right. The Death Company dreadnought would have an X on it, right? So these would be this would be the Furiosa wings, yeah. Still, they would look pretty good, I think. Better than nothing, which is, I guess, what the new, the new model has nothing, right? I think it would look good. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because it's jerry-rigged, but I think it's good enough. I might try and file the whole middle bit as well, honestly. Like, file that whole bit down and just stick the old sarcophagus, like, right up the middle. I mean, I guess the problem is that there's another sarcophagus underneath there. That's annoying. So it would look a bit weird to have like one sarcophagus on top and one underneath. I'd have to find something to cover that bit. I don't know how I would cover that bit. I played Death Knight in World of Warcraft. Before that I played Shaman. So I played Death Knight for like over a decade at this point. I don't really play WoW in any meaningful capacity. My wife plays it. We play for like a month or two every expansion comes out. We probably only put in like 30 hours and then we quit for like 2 years and then play for a month when the new expansions come out. We played more before we had kids. Since we've had kids, I guess that puts a damper in video games. I mean, I think that's okay. I think it'll look okay. I want to look great. It just looks like an extra piece of armor on top. I managed to make it feel somewhat flush. It'll give me a bit of a wing design. Maybe I'll put red X's on the shoulder pads. So of the wings on the middle. Well, the X's on the shoulder pads, something like that. I feel a little bit sad because this piece would actually be good, but I just don't know how would I attach it. Like in a meaningful way, I guess. Oh. I've actually heard that the new Crow reboot is not supposed to be that good, sellers. I mean, the one with Brandon, was it Brandon Lee? I think that was a pretty great movie, but I don't know, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that the new one's supposed to have not been good, but, like, I don't know, I didn't even think it was out yet, so I don't know why I've heard that it's not supposed to be good. Include it in place of the sarcophagus with the next one when you do it? Yeah, I mean, I can keep it. I can keep it. I mean, they look like they'd be fairly similar size, right? File it down and try and get it into the... Because I am getting a second Brutalis, I guess, in the starter box or whatever it's called, the FOMO box. Does the box have a name? Like, does it have a specific name? What do they call those boxes? You know, like before we used to have the boxes like Deathwatch and what was the Blood Angels? Deathstorm was the name of the Blood Angels box. It was like Blood Angels versus Tyranids. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. I mean, that's the thing with Hollywood these days. They just reboot everything, right? Anything that made money in the first place gets a reboot, I guess. And if there's been long enough time between it, so it's like an all-new audience, they already know that it's going to be popular or whatever. It's 100% called Death FOMO Box. Give me your money. Okay. It's just the launch box. Okay. Well, I'm happy with that. I mean, that gives the Brutalis a tiny little bit of Blood Angels flavour. I wonder if we can find something else. I think if we find something else, I'm going to do it off stream. Well, I'll have a look through all the other boxes that I've got with bits off stream, and then maybe the next stream we do, I'll just finish it real quick. Hello, Blood Angels. Hello, Replay. How you doing? Alright, let me throw a bunch of glue on this. It's not perfect, but it gives it some wings. So that'll be easy to paint. And then maybe try and find some X's or something for the shoulder pads. Alright, give me a minute here. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. And then I'm gonna... That's what I was asking. Has anyone tried Speed Freaks? Am I American or English? I'm neither. I'm Scottish. I'm offended that you think I was either. Not really. I used to, my parents used to have a house in America, so my accent is actually not very Scottish because we used to travel to America like every single year. It was good times. It's probably why I like American style food so much, just because we lived there for a lot of time when I was a younger kid. So yeah, I really don't have a very strong Scottish accent. Oh, you're French. No problem. Bonjour, ça va? No, I don't speak... I don't... Je parle en français un peu. Alright. Speed freaks. There's a question I was asking. Nobody mentioned it. Has anyone played Speed Freaks? Oh. This. Haggis is the national dish of Scotland. Yeah, I would say haggis, neeps, and haggis, neeps and tatties. Yes, so it would be haggis, turnips, and potatoes would be the dish. About the box. Do you think it's going to be more expensive than the Dark Angel? I think it's going to be the same price as the Dark Angel's box, give or take, because I think you're getting about the same amount of stuff, from my understanding, right? You shouldn't be playing Space Marine 2 yet, Jonathan. It's not out. I've got it on my wish list, I'm sure of it. I actually think it's in my basket. I don't know how you see your basket in Steam. Do you go store? Yeah, like it's in my basket. Look, Space Marine 2. I actually don't think I'm going to buy the Ultra Editions though, so I will remove it from now. I don't think I'm going to pay like $30 to get it like 1 day early or 2 days early or however that works. I'll be back in just 1 second. I need the bathroom. Okay. Play. Oh, sure. Oh, need to install something.
I have awoken.
Real resilient. Thank you so for being subscribed. I'm going to bed in like 10 minutes, Scramble. I probably spent a little bit longer making those models than I planned to. And someone was talking to me about Speed Freaks and was like, John, have you played Speed Freaks? And I said no. It seems strange that it still launched the game even though it was trying to install something. Speed Freaks account is required to play. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can exit this while it's installing. Let's make an account. Oh, sign up. Any plans to do some more boarding actions with the revised book going up for preview? I found your channel via that video. What, the one game we played live of boarding actions, or the video I did about boarding actions? Because I really enjoyed playing boarding actions, I must admit. I mean, the only reason I probably haven't played any more of it, I actually don't think I have a good reason for not having played more of it. Yeah, it was difficult to play because that was probably the reason I haven't played more of it. Because the rules were so fragmented all over the place, right? So I guess with the new book and the rules being much more centralized, I mean, it cost me £500 for the terrain. Because I got the terrain commission because I'm such a slow painter. So yeah, it cost me £500 to do the terrain. So is there plans to do more boarding actions considering I spent £500 and only used the terrain once? Yes. The answer is yes. I should do more boarding actions. It's been kind of off the radar. I guess because everything was so fragmented. But now that it's not, yes, we'll do it. I'll speak to Kev. He's the only person I've played at boarding actions. I'll see if he wants to play me again. This thing is taking forever to install. I don't know why it didn't download the files when I clicked install, but okay. How much did I hate building the Brutalis dreadnought? It had so many bits. I got the hands wrong, which is annoying. I think I used the wrong bits for the hands, so the claws are a bit not as protruding out maybe as they should be. But this dreadnought did feel like it had a lot more pieces to it than the easy to build ballistas was. You could put that together in like 10 minutes. This guy literally took like 5 hours to build, honestly, because I did it across like 3 or 4 streams. But then I meticulously clean every piece. I hate clipper marks and stuff like that. And I managed to get some little blood angels. I took some bits off my firstborn dreadnought to just give this guy a little bit more character, which is quite cool. Yeah, there we go. It's almost downloaded. I'm looking forward to Space Marine 2, though. I really am. I've seen lots of people are playing it already. I might take like a day off work when it releases just to play it without the kids annoying me. Hopefully the kids will be at nursery or something like that. Alright, come on, computer. You're not this slow normally. So this is an early access. This is totally free. It's probably going to have it's going to have microtransactions, isn't it? It'll be like buy a new skin or something. It's been a long time since I've played a racing game, though. I mean, I played Mario Kart. Oh, that wasn't even install. That was just the download. Oh, well, maybe if this bar looks like it's going to take like 15 minutes. No, it's going to be interesting. Okay, good. All right, we've installed this nonsense. It's weird that it waits till you try and run it. before it asks you to install that. Surely when you click download on Steam, it would... So I don't know, this must be multiplayer, right? Right, hold on, let me turn this down. You go. We'll try that. Tell me if it's too loud. I don't know what that means. Quality. Well, I have a GTX. Oh no, RTX series. I don't know what that is. Let's leave it at this. Input. So can you play this with mouse and keyboard? Play. Let's see. Alright. Change vehicle. Oh, you can actually be a friggin' tank. Okay. It's like a looted battle tank. It's like a Lehman Russ. So you're gonna be a rucker truck. A custom booster. Alright, let's do it. Oh, so it's just like WASD moving. Oh, okay. So I've got like grenades. What am I doing? Trying to crump these guys. I don't know how effective my friggin' gun is going to be against a friggin' battle tank. Apparently it's not effective. Or... Interesting. Whoa. Well, I'm losing a lot of health here. Oh! I think I'm supposed to shoot the red guys. Ah, I think I was shooting my own team. Haha. So either... So it's basically just a PvP deathmatch game, but you're in... Oh yeah, I think I should probably shoot me now because I shot at him. Okay. Well... I mean, this is what you want. Giant friggin' cannon. Why are you shooting me? Don't actually know who's... I think he's shooting me because I shot him. Maybe? I guess I'm reloading. Whoa! The hell? Okay. Okay, I mean, it seems fun. So I've got actually a sprint key as well. It's not what I expected. I expected more like a Mario style game, right?
Get to the new point.
Maybe I'll finally get a kill here. Come on. There we go. First kill. I took so much damage there.
They see we got theirs first.
So my health regenerates over time, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, it seems fun. I don't know if it's my sort of game, like if there's... Is this like World of Tanks? Oh, I bet you that's what it's like. I've never played World of Tanks. But I bet you this is a bit like World of Tanks. Oh, that was a shot. Do you see that one? Oh no. Oh, I got him. Alright, we're on a roll now. I'm chasing this guy, come on! I think he created like a smoke dust. Oh, get away from me. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to go to bed. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Leave a like. If you want to check this out, it's available on Steam and it's free. Well, it's early access. So, it's weird. So Andrew's got it on his wish list, but I guess he didn't realise it was released. I think it kind of released under the radar. Maybe it's because it's early access. So, yeah, maybe I'll give it another whirl. But not tonight. I'm going to go to bed. So, thanks for watching tonight. Please like this stream if you didn't do that. Army List show is tomorrow night. 8 o'clock as usual. We're live to look over some Army List for an hour or so. And then there might be more releases on Monday. So if there is more releases on Monday, I'll have a video to put out on Monday. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good evening. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.